Hi, and welcome to Barnes Dennig Ask the Experts. I'm Kat Jenkins, Marketing Director, and today our SOC reporting pros are unpacking HECVAT, what it is, why it matters, and what you need to know about it. Please join me in welcoming SOC Practice Leader and Director Robert Ramsay and Senior Manager Bryan Gayhart.
Thanks so much, Kat. I love doing these. And thanks, Brian, for joining me today.
All right, Robert, let's start with HECVAT. We're talking about that today. Let's first uncover what it stands for and why we're talking about it.
Yeah, sure. So HECVAT started as, I hope I get this right, the Higher Education Cloud Vendor Assessment Tool, and it's evolved. It's now referred to as the Higher Education Community Vendor Assessment Toolkit. So to unpack that a little bit, higher education is the university market. So they've all collaborated and said this is something we want to do together. And then vendor assessment, like a SOC report, it's a way of performing vendor management. It's started out as a giant list of questions about mostly security. And then the tool was the giant list of questions. Now the toolkit includes the original full HECVAT giant list of questions. There's a light version, the shorter list of questions. There's a triage to help you figure out what applies. There's a Q&A, like a website to support folks using HECVATs. And there's even a list of vendors that have already submitted theirs to be shared amongst all the organizations. So it's very much following the audit once, report many kind of model for SOC reporting, very much with a self-disclosure though component. And then the reason we're talking about it is because it dovetails nicely with SOC reports.
I believe EDUCAUSE is involved. I believe they're the creator of the HECVAT framework. Can you elaborate on their role and what their responsibility is?
Yeah, sure. It's an association of IT professionals that work at universities. They have their own association, their own training, conferences annually, a cybersecurity conference, and then they have toolkits or tools on their website. And this is one of the things they own, the whole HECVAT toolkit and those list of things I was discussing. It's a neat group. Like any like-minded group of professionals, when they get together, they kind of nerd out on all the stuff they're interested in. But it makes a lot of sense for them to support each other and learn from other universities.
HECVATs and SOC 2 reports, how do the two overlap?
Like so many frameworks we work with, Brian, like NIST and ISO and High Trust and all the others that we've done like SOC 2 with, it covers a lot of the same questions of security and encryption and backups and that kind of thing. It's very much focused on the higher education community. It actually is self-aware enough to reference a SOC report and ask the vendor if they've done it. And then kind of like the type 1 and type 2 we have in the SOC world, it's got a light and a full version.
So it sounds like I can map my HECVAT to my SOC 2. How common in practice are SOC 2 plus reports?
Yeah, SOC 2 plus reports are growing in popularity, I think. They make a lot of sense with the whole audit once, report many. If more than SOC criteria are needed, like the high trust or NIST or ISO standards, if an organization's already following those, they can get more points or credit or efficiency from doing them at the same time, even if it's a HECVAT. So even this kind of niche framework that we've stumbled upon with a few clients in that space, it can be mapped to the SOC report so they get kind of credit for having a third party audit it. A third party can kind of take care of it for them and help them with it, sort of double dip on some of the work. So they're growing in popularity, and I just thought it was such an interesting thing that university space, it would be fun to spend a few minutes talking about.
Robert, that was excellent. Thanks so much for taking time today to answer a few questions from me regarding HECVAT.
Yeah, glad to do it. Thanks for your time, Brian. And Kat, we really appreciate you putting these together. I get feedback from time to time from clients, and they seem to enjoy these.
I'm so glad to hear that, and thank you, Robert and Bryan, for explaining HECVAT and what it means for our audience. If you'd like to learn more about HECVAT or SOC reporting, or would just like to have a conversation with Robert or Bryan, please visit us at barnesdennig.com. We'll see you next time on Ask the Experts.